Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Oля and today's video is all about exploring the brand new Kitchen Clutter Kit in The Sims. As soon as I saw this pack, I knew that I wanted to build something that really let me play with every single item. And that's exactly what I did. To showcase the kit, I created a cozy, slightly messy, but full of love Brooklyn-style apartment in 18 Culpepper house, which is in San Myshuno. This is the home to a professional chef and his young daughter, who absolutely loves animals and baking with her dad. So, of course, the kitchen is the heart of this apartment, and it's packed with clutter, storytelling, and a whole lot of pancakes. This build gave me the perfect excuse to go all in with the new clutter and also to tell a sweet little family story at the same time. I started with a simple but functional floor plan, just 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and an open concept kitchen living area. Once I had that in place, I picked the wall textures and placed the newest base game doors. I went for a mix of exposed brick and soft neutrals on the walls, just adding a few colorful accents that would later tie into the clutter and storytelling. And for the flooring, I chose a warm base game herringbone hardwood, which I personally call pine patterned. So first I worked on both bathrooms. Here I decided to use a base game hexagon tile and mantra tiles that are a popular choice in Brooklyn homes. Both rooms have base game toilets, growing together sinks, and bathroom essentials. In the daughter's bathroom, I placed a tube and used regular curtains as a divider instead of a glass, for a more relaxed and cozy look. You'll see it later in the video. This room is colorful and playful. There is some pink decor like towels, toothbrushes, a cute mat with candy print, and I also added a butterfly picture on the wall just to bring some whimsy into the space. I imagine that this bathroom is a little bit messy, like she's always in a rush to get ready or maybe help her dad in the kitchen, so I put a pile of clothes on the floor. The chef's ensuite bathroom is more muted and calm. I replaced the tube with a shower, added a laundry basket, and used curtain divider here too. The layout is also slightly different as I moved toilet to the right wall, and the vibe here is definitely more adult, like his quiet space to freshen up before or after a long working day. And I also added the cleaning caddy from the Kitchen Clutter Kit here. And after the bathrooms, I moved onto the hallway. I would call it spacious, but I didn't want to clutter it too much, so I just added a simple hallway table, businesses and hobbies mirror, which is my favorite now, desk lamp, one, and a few pairs of shoes. The new colorful clothing shelf that we got in recent base game Pride update was a perfect addition to this apartment, together with a comfy gamer kit rug. And also I used one of the new wall pictures from the kit. It has a nice food/kitchen theme that ties the space together. Then it was time for the living room. This space turned out super cozy and full of little stories. I used a base game couch and chair, which I honestly don't reach for often, but here they felt just right. They're soft and casual, and with all the pillows I added later, they really gave off the comfy, lived-in energy that I wanted. You know, it's the kind of furniture that fits in home with a kid who is always bouncing around or curling up for story time. Also, the big feature here is the bookshelf wall from the Businesses and Hobbies expansion. I love how full it is. It looks like they have collected everything from cookbooks to fairy tales and also random figurines, plus Dad's Cooking Awards, and they put them here so every guest could see their collection. And under the mounted TV on the brick wall, I created a custom shelf unit using base game upper kitchen cabinets. I imagine that these are filled with the daughter's toys, art supplies, and all the things she needs right now. There is also a bear plushie sitting right below the TV, like he's supervising the room. I pictured that the father and daughter spending their evenings here, they watching movies, cartoons, or kids shows together, maybe even reading side by side before bed. And I added a cacao set on the coffee table with the new cookie jar from the kit. Just little things to make their everyday moments feel a little sweeter. You know, this kind of space really reminds me of my childhood. Growing up, our cozy family spot was always the living room, especially with a sofa and the TV. We would all gather there and watch our favorite movies together. For us, it was usually The Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. So while building this room, it definitely brought back those warm and familiar memories. Now the kitchen. And this is where I went all in with the new Kitchen Clutter Kit. I didn't just want to make a neat catalog-style space, but decided to show how a real family lives here instead. I started with placing my favorite kitchen cabinets from the base game in these dark grey and white colors, and a 2-tile island in the middle to maximize the cooking space. Then I added a new fridge that is covered in notes, magnets, and cute drawings. That is perfect for a household with a kid. And I really love it. It reminds me of my parents' fridge too. Then I placed a trash can, the new sink, and other kitchen-related items to tie it together. I also layered in all kinds of new clutter items like spices, grains, bowls, and of course a bag of flour just waiting to spill over. Later you will see me adding the new kitchen island, which totally gives me IKEA vibes. Placing the cookbook tablet near the waffle maker, like the chef was halfway through a recipe with his daughter while she decorated cookies before putting them into the oven. And as I built this space, I kept thinking about how much personality these items bring in, like the little stack of cereal boxes that look like someone just made breakfast, or the pickle jars and seasoning trays ready to use anytime. There is also a dish rack by the sink, some plastic bins filled with grains, and even a grocery bag that looks like someone just got home and dropped it mid-rush. And I really like that some of the items are actually functional. One funny thing I realized later, there is a pair of baking mittens included in this kit that I completely missed while building. I only noticed them when I was already editing the video, so unfortunately they didn't make it into the apartment, but I thought that was kind of funny and very on brand for a busy kitchen like this one. And I'll be honest, when I first heard about Kitchen Clutter Kit, I expected more everyday kitchen stuff, something like basic plates, cups, things that work well in cafes, restaurants, or simple modern builds. So I was a little surprised that the vibe leaned more toward a big family or slightly nostalgic kitchen. But as I started building, I realized that items in this kit are actually really fun to work with. They really help bring stories to life, whether it's a busy morning scene, a baking mess with the kid, or just a coffee corner. I think this clutter makes it feel real. So even though it wasn't exactly what I imagined, I ended up really enjoying it. Right next to the kitchen there is a cozy dining nook, and I kept that area very simple. I put a base game table in a warm wood tone here, and 4 green chairs to bring a little bit more color to the space. And also I placed the round tired snack tray on the top of the table, which looks like it's ready for after-school snack. And I added a lunchbox, which I imagined belongs to the daughter. Maybe she packs it with her dad before school. Next, I moved into the primary bedroom, the chef's personal space. Compared to the rest of the apartment, this room is tidy and calm. I kept the design minimal, just with warm tones and practical furniture. No toys, only a small amount of clutter. I think it's a place where he can breathe after a long day of running a kitchen and raising a kid. I placed here a bed from the season's pack. I actually never used it before. A high school year's bedside table and a dresser with some books and a lamp on it, a simple full-length mirror, and subtle wall art that felt right for someone who is more practical than decorative. There is also a comfy chair, which I imagine he sometimes uses to sit down and tie his shoes or maybe take a quiet moment before starting the day. This is the one room where I let things feel a bit more structured. I think this man is the type who needs at least one space to recharge and get centered. Maybe he reads cookbooks here at night or just switches favorite cooking channels to get helpful tips. And finally, the daughter's bedroom. This was the last space I built and probably the one that made me smile the most. It has white and pink accents and is a little bit warmer than the rest of the home, with tons of animal toys, soft lighting and personal touches. I used more pictures from the new kit in here, especially the ones with broccoli and toast swatches. They are colorful, quirky, and fit the vibe perfectly. And of course, this room is home to the family's hamster, her favorite little companion, who probably sneaks snacks when no one's looking. I also added a lot of kids' clutter here, like books, plushes, and a little desk where I imagine she draws cookie designs while her dad cooks or maybe just doing her homework. To give it even more kids' energy, I placed some playful and crafted style items around the room, like a tiny bear fairy sitting on a unicorn made from a cardboard box, right next to her desk. There's also a friendship kit on the table, a white backpack leaning nearby, a jar with marbles on her shelf, and a small stack of books. Most of the decor here is from recent packs and kits like Growing Together and Comfy Gamer, and I think they make building kids' rooms so much easier and more fun. There is also a lot of pillows on her bed and a cute striped cat toy. I think it's the daughter's brave guardian who protects her from monsters at night. And I added a pillow poof with pancakes, which basically sums up the theme of the entire apartment. This room is very girly, a little bit messy, but feels like her world. Bright, creative, and full of sugar. And if you want to download this build, you can find it on the gallery, just search for Simsioli. Also, I would love to hear what you think. Do you like the messy but real kitchen vibe? Did the kit surprise you too? Let me know in the comments. And if you have a favorite item, tell me. I still think that cookie dough slab is genius. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel and keeps me inspired to keep building. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!